I love you. I love you. Okay, Joan is going to say hi and then she's going to introduce you, okay? Love you. Hold on one second, okay?
Okay, honey. Thank you.
Yeah, JQE, we spoke a little earlier, and we got a couple young men here who really, really admired your son, who just want to say hello to you. Okay?
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
you,
wow.
you guys are filling my heart with glee and making me a happy camper.
Well, hello. This is KJ, and excellent. Thank you so much. It's just an honor and a privilege. I have to share a story with you twofold.
The
One,
honor is mine. You don't know how much I appreciate your remembering my son's legacy.
so I'll tell you a funny story. About 20 years ago is when I first came here from Boston, and I received a call because I was living and working in Charlotte. So if you know that your son was at, I used to live in Charlotte. In fact, your son worked at WGIV, and I worked at WPEG, which is the FM sister at the time.
I got you.
Okay, so when I go over to 90 Warren Street, there's a picture of your son on the wall, and I asked the person, I was like, who is that on the wall? Because I felt like the picture was looking through me. And that's when they told me, but this is before I knew anything about his links to Charlotte and so forth and everything. And so fast forward 20 years later, I've come back, and friends, eternal friends of your sons have been just absolutely gracious to us. And it turns out my mom, before she sold her last house, is around the corner from your son's burial site, yes, in West Sugar, right off of there, off of West Sugar Creek. So, that's right. So I just want to say thank you. I'm very humbled. I don't think there are any coincidences in this world. So any way that we can continue to shine.
I think it's divine intervention. All right.
Thank you. And I have a wife that's a minister, so that's the different type of intervention. But we'll say that for another time. So it's a pleasure. I'll turn you over to Chris Malone.
Do tell me as many stories as you can find.
Growing up as a kid in Memphis, Boston was like the standard for radio, and so I would go online and listen to air checks of Sonny Joe, JJ Wright, everybody from Kiss 108, and that's kind of how I built myself up as a kid.
So it's my fault.
It's your fault.
Okay,
it's your
right.
fault.
If anything goes wrong, don't blame me. It's him.
Hey, I'm Chris Malone. I'm the program director here for the new station in Boston, and I'm kind of a younger guy. I started in radio in 2003, and the first person I looked up to was Sonny Joe White and JJ Wright. Yeah, and I caught those two names, and I would listen to their tapes over and over and over. Here we go. The new 97.7, Boston's #1 for R&B. It's Chris Malone taking you home. And in studio right now, I've got Boston radio legends. It's a Kiss 108 reunion in here right now.
Don't say legends, because legends make you sound dead.
Oh my goodness.
We're very much alive.
You know that voice. JJ Wright in the house.
Hello, we bad. Oh, JJ.
Man, we got Joan, JQE.
Joan Quinn Eastman.
Yeah, and Dave Iseman too.
Dave
My
Iseman.
listeners remember me.
Dave Iseman with an I.
So Chris has been talking about, I was his inspiration. He used to listen to air checks of me when he was a kid.
Amazing.
So it's not my fault, okay? You only listen to the bad stuff.
Way to
okay?
make you feel old.
You're doing a great job. Your station sounds great.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
It does.
You know, the reason we're here on 97.7 is to bring back a bit of the old and mix it with the new and just have a good time and, you know, and introduce a new flavor to the city of Boston.
Well, we felt like we were listening to Kiss 108 on the way in. So I bet Chris is doing that just for us, and Sonny Joe White is shining down from heaven. He
The
was an
legendary.
influence on all of our careers.
And
And this station is such an homage to Sonny Joe White. It's fantastic.
And it's amazing. I can remember singing the bridges to all the songs, the choruses to all the songs. I'm like, goodness, wow.
Oh my
Flashbacks.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you
So
for doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
we appreciate it. So it's a party here at iHeartRadio, our new facilities at 1 Cabot Road. You know where to find us if you have your tickets and anything you need to pick up from us. We're at 1 Cabot Road. We've got the old Kiss 108 family in the house.
With all this newfangled equipment. And what does this button do?
Oh,
No! I'm sorry.
Perfect. That's it right there.
Oh,
That's it.
great. That was great.
Awesome.
It's a
Awesome.
wonderful thing.
Just to understand that Sonny Joe's presence stretched beyond Boston. It reached all the way down south to a little kid in Memphis, and now to be in
Thank you
Boston.
much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honor me with that.
Thank
I
you.
I can't thank you enough
And
for remembering him and his
Yeah.
legacy and and remembering me.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
a wonderful thing to share these stories with me.
No, there's no card or license or whatever that you need to do to come through at the station, and that's literally the spirit we channel.
Used to have a third
That and
class
Sonny
radio
Joe.
television.
Crying on the air, I'm like, man, this guy got my spirit.
You guys,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
amen.
Nice to
How
meet
are
you.
you?
I'm just wonderful, thank you, and I'm always grateful to your son for giving me my big break in radio. He hired me first for WILD, and
I
then
remember those days.
yeah, and then Lark Logan decided not to quit. So 2 months later, he says.
I did not quit.
2 months later, he says, I've got something new. It's going to be hot. We're going to call it Kiss. And I said, no guy will listen to a radio station named Kiss.
I
So,
love it.
which is why I was not the PD. But
Right. We were a quiet storm in Boston, weren't we?
that's right. And
We
so
made a lot of noise, but we did what we had to do.
I'm always grateful to Sonny for giving me that break.
And will you tell her how he came up in the feed?
Remember to say that as often as you can.
Oh, I
so
think
that other people will know
People
the
do it all the
impact that
time.
he had on your life.
I sure will. And then tonight, when I was looking at Facebook, a picture came up of me, JJ, and Sonny at Boston's Jubilee 350 while we were presenting the Four Tops to the city.
Are you kidding me? You remember that thing he did with the tarps?
I sure did. I was there.
It was beautiful.
Juanita, we really believe that was Sonny's way of telling us he's here with us tonight. This is just so awesome. Seriously.
I love it.
All right, well, here's JJ Wright. Here's JJ Wright, Juanita.
Hey, Juanita, how you doing?
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's good to hear from you. We're sharing all
I am
these.
doing great, too, and I thank you for remembering my son.
Oh, how can you forget Sonny? Sonny's unforgettable.
I thank you. That makes my heart glad.
Yeah, in fact, Sonny is always, he never let me forget. He always walked up to me and said, because at the time I was working at WRKO, and he was at WILD, and then WRKO let me go, and Sonny came knocking on the door of RKO to take the place of me. But yeah, but then later on, when I was like looking for a place to work, and I found the job at another station, Disco 93. Sonny and Richie were trying to put together Kiss 108, and Sonny offered me a job. He says, "Listen, we're putting together this radio station that we're going to do this and do this and do that. You think you might want to do it?" And of course, I was already working at a disco station, which was very popular. And I said to myself, "There's not any room for two disco stations." So a few months later, fast forward, Kiss went on the air with such an impact.
It did make an impact, didn't it?
The station I worked,
A whirlwind storm it was.
the station I was working for, kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Lost in the shuffle.
And he called me up and says, "You want to come work for me now?"
This is Joan, JQE. I was the one who was on with Sonny in the morning, co-host of the morning show. And I had done some work for BOS. And when Kiss went on the air, they were going to be a beautiful music station. Did you guys know this?
Yeah.
And they another beautiful music station launched, and they said, okay, rather than being one of 3 beautiful music stations, we'll be one of 2 disco stations, and they just blew BOS out of the water. It was all over.
It was all over.
It was all over, and Richie Bosma had to.
And of course, the $1 million budget didn't help. It didn't hurt.
I remember that.
And Richie ran around, and he grabbed Sonny, and then Sonny just assembled his team, and we went from oblivion to #1 within a matter of months, and Kiss has stayed #1.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
And we've stayed #1 almost 40 years. It'll be 40 years in February, Juanita.
Wow.
And
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
we'll be remembering and honoring Sonny for sure then. And this was a great night tonight honoring Sonny.
Oh,
He's
It's my pleasure.
he influenced.
Thank you so much for remembering him. Don't ever let his legacy die.
Absolutely not. No chance.
Unforgettable
No chance.
anyway.
You know what Dylan Sprague told me tonight? The program director for Kiss 108 told me that he has all sorts of tapes from the early days he's going to pull up for us.
Wow.
Woohoo!
My God,
We'll,
that's great.
we'll keep you posted, Juanita. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much
Take
for
care.
calling.
Bye, Juanita.
Bye, Juanita.
It was a delight to hear from you.
Well, wait a minute, Juanita. One more thing we have to send to you before we say goodbye. It's Kiss 108.
I'll never forget that. Never forget the lips and all of that.
Never, neither will we. Thank you, Renee.
All right, Juanita. Sleep
Thank
well.
you.
And
And I love you dearly, and do stay in touch.
God bless you.
Will,
Juanita, I'll call you later tonight.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay, love you.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye, honey.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure. Can I leave you my card?
We'll
Even
see
if
you
I
again.
can catch
We'll
you
see
for
you
lunch?
again.
Yeah.